jump in there and ask your questions as we go along so that it's relevant to the slide at that point in time. So that's never a problem. Take yourself off of mute and ask your question, and we can get it addressed right then and there. So give me 1 second. There we go. Everyone can see my slide okay? We're getting started on Ohio Small Business Development Center. We're talking about Kiva.
Yes, I can see your screen.
All right, wonderful. So Kiva, enabling communities to expand capital access for financial excluded entrepreneurs, is a crowdfunding platform that has become a program that is offered at the Ohio Small Business Development Center. So I'm going to be your presenter today. I am the Capital Access Manager for Kiva out of Columbus State Community College, out of the Small Business Development Center. I am also a certified business advisor with them. I specialize in accessing capital for businesses in regards to just a business loan or even commercial real estate. So not only do I assist you with the Kiva process, if that's something that you're interested in, I can also assist you with loan packaging for pursuing funding with a local financial institution, credit union, or our local micro lender. I'm also QuickBooks certified and Growth Wheel certified, a notary, and a serial entrepreneur myself. So when I talk to you about entrepreneurship, I'm talking to you through experience. Having owned a company, went through the mortgage industry crash and having had to deal with that, just as many of you are dealing with the pandemic now, to having to rebuild and start over and relaunch. So I understand the woes and the successes and the experience of ownership, having, like I said, owned a couple of businesses myself. So what is the Ohio Small Business Development Center? We refer to it as the Sbdc. That's how you'll often hear of us, is the Sbdc. We are an economic community, we're an economic development entity. We joined Columbus State Community College in 2004. We are a part of a national network of 1,000 different Sbdc offices over 27 different states. Our office, again, is out of Columbus State Community College here in Columbus, and we serve 8 counties. We offer our one-on-one advising at no cost to you. Our trainings are typically offered at no cost as well. If it is a specialized training, there may very well be a minimal fee, but again, something very affordable for you as a small business. We serve your small business for the life of the business, even from concept, right? Idea to concept, to launch, to growth, to expansion, to when you're ready to sell that business. We have some specialty programs at Columbus State in addition to the Small Business Development Center. We have the manufacturing program there. So if you're interested in manufacturing, we have some advisors that can assist you with that and a whole department. We have an export advisor that works with us and the Small Business Development Center. So if you have an interest in export, we have an advisor that can assist you with that.
I have a question.
Yes.
What if we're not in your 8 counties?
Well, if you're not in one of our counties, there's likely an Sbdc that's close to you that can serve you. Now, that does not mean that if you like the things that we do at our location, that you can't participate and be a part of our services and a client of ours. So, okay. Like I said, yeah, there's 1,000 different offices over 27 different states. And there's, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say 20 SbdCs in the state of Ohio.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So in addition to the manufacturing program and the Small Business Development Center, Columbus State also has the 10,000 Small Business Golden Sacks training program as well. So if you've ever heard of that, we are also participating in that program too. So we're going to jump right in there and start talking about Kiva. So I want to start with, what is Kiva? I want to make sure that everyone is clear that it is not an actual loan that Kiva is providing you the dollars. It is a crowdfunding platform. It initially was established in 2005 as the world's first personal micro-lending website, okay? And so it wasn't initially used for small businesses. It was used for the everyday person that was needing help with medical bills, with education costs, and small businesses, but it was not the focus. As Kiva grew on a worldwide basis, it was something that became an interest and wanted to be, and it was launched then in the United States. And so in 2011, Kiva was launched in the United States. It was launched specifically to uplift and support small businesses. The partnership was created in 2016 with Columbus, through the city of Columbus, through Franklin County, and some of these other organizations that are highlighted here: Huntington, Ohio Capital Corporation, Greater Columbus Art Council, United Way, Columbus Foundation, and others, to help bring Kiva to Columbus. And so in 2016, Kiva Columbus was launched. Now, what that means is that there became a hub. So there became an agency that picked up Kiva to be able to support and bring it to entrepreneurs as another avenue to access to capital. Kiva did not become a part of the Columbus Small Business Development Center until 2018. And once it became a part of the Small Business Development Center, it went through a relaunch. And so it really relaunched in 2019. Kiva is available to you today. As far as the Sbdc, we are the hub for Kiva. So we now fully support Kiva Columbus with administration and with staff to be able to help you with application assistance, profile writing, marketing strategies, implementation of funding, and servicing of your Kiva loan. So all things Kiva comes through me, even when you're in the process of repaying your loan as well. So we're going to start talking about what is this crowdfunding platform? What does it serve to do for you as a small business owner? What is the loan program? Since it's not funding that comes directly from Kiva, what is that? What does that look like? Are you the right borrower and the borrowing process? So just like any type of business, right? There's a problem and that business seeks to provide a solution. And so Kiva looked at small businesses and said, you know, we want to provide access to capital for U.S. small businesses. And they thought that that was an issue, and they thought that was an issue because they truly believe that dreams are universal and opportunity is not. And so what that is around is the fact that access to capital is not always fair. It's not always equal. And so Kiva sought to eliminate the barriers that are around accessing funding for small businesses, for those that are minorities, that are women, that are disadvantaged, may have some credit issues, may not have enough collateral. And so they became what they classified themselves as is the missing micro. And being the missing micro, they are serving to fill a void in the steps to accessing capital. Where when you are looking at financing at a traditional lender, like a bank or a credit union, or even a micro lender, we have our local micro lender here, ECDI, there are certain things that have to be in place, right? They're looking for you to have established credit. They very well may be looking for a certain credit score. They're going to be looking for collateral coverage to cover the amount of the loan that you're requesting. They very well may be looking for audited business financials, business plans, and no previous history with any type of felony. So there's a lot of things that come into play when you're looking for funding and accessing capital through these traditional funding paths as micro lenders and banks and credit unions. There's just certain things that are in place there that you have to be able to meet. So Kiva eliminates all of that. So there is not established credit score that you have to have on Kiva. There is no collateral required. So there's not titles to cars or trucks or vans that you need to pledge. There's no equipment that you need to pledge. How Kiva offsets that is that they are looking for your social capital. So they're just looking for those people that believe in you, that want to support you. They feel that is your collateral. And I agree with them. That's very strong. If you've got people in your circle that say, you know, I believe in your idea, I believe that you can be successful in this business, and I will invest in you, then that speaks a lot about you, your character, and what you've done to get your business launched and off the ground, or to just launch to begin with. So they eliminate that requirement of collateral with that social capital, having those people that invest in you. And we call those lenders. You don't need an audited financial, nor do you need a business plan. There is an application process that you'll go through that allows for you to create an overview of your business loan. I'm sorry, to create an overview of your business. Talks about, you have the opportunity to talk about yourself, to talk about your business, why you launched your product and service. So it is a great alternative to funding options, of which normally business owners turn to when they're unable to get any type of traditional financing, which would be credit cards and online lenders and payday lenders and pawn shops, which have absorbent fees and very high interest rates, as high as 700%. So it is what we call the missing micro, there to help fill that gap and to help you have yet another way to access capital for your business. The other great thing about Kiva is that there's no fees involved. Not only is there no fees involved, but there's no interest that's being charged to you for this money as well either. The range from funding goes from $1,000 and has recently been increased up to $15,000. So it's a good bit of money, especially if you're just needing a piece of equipment, it may fulfill your need. Or if you're a small business and you've already invested some money and you only need a little bit more to get you over that hump as far as what you need as far as financing, it can serve that need. And there are some small businesses that you only need $10,000 to $15,000 to get off the ground. I know when I started my mortgage company many years ago, it took me $7,500. That's all I started with. And I was able to get off the ground and had that company for 8 years before closing the doors. But so again, it's a nice range of funding, $1,000 to $15,000, 0% interest, no fees involved, and the loan terms are 36 months. So the term of your loan is going to be based on how much you're actually borrowing, but the maximum term is 36. So because these terms are short, I want to make sure that you are paying attention to what that possible payment would be, because it can be a little high and that does affect your cash flow. We want to make sure that you're taking that into consideration. So if we were to look at $1,000, all you're going to take is divide that out by 12 months. So that payment will be $83.33. If let's say you got $10,000, we divide that by 36 months, that payment is $277.77. So all you're doing is taking the amount that you're approved by the term that they're telling you that you have to repay the loan and dividing it accordingly. And that tells you the monthly payment. Of course, all of this is given to you in your approval, but just so you would have an idea of what you might anticipate as far as a payment, I hope that helps you there. We want to make sure that you're understanding what that payment possibly be, because it is a loan, right? It's not money that they are giving to you. It is money that your friends and family are investing in you, but you want to pay that back. And in paying that back, they are in return paid back their investment. And we'll get into that. So as I said, Kiva is the first step of the capital ladder. So again, it eliminates all those barriers in accessing capital through traditional financing, no collateral, no credit, no lengthy business plan, and it allows you to really just get started. So for those of you who are just starting up a company and you just may need some money for your website and for a computer and to buy maybe some programming that helps you as far as providing a service that you may want to offer or developing a product, it's a great first step. It also allows you then to start building up some business credit. And then from there, and also some revenue coming into the business and so forth. So now you have some financials. So then this next step is you could go then to a micro lender or to the bank and seek additional funding. You don't have to though. Kiva is a product that you can platform that you can use over and over again. And if that amount that is available on the Kiva crowdfunding platform serves your needs, then why not, with it not having any interest or any fees. So Kiva is all about connecting the community to support entrepreneurs. So that's not only your friends and family, but that's organizations like ours. As we are positioned to provide you this program, we are positioned to provide you one-on-one counseling and additional training. It's local philanthropists who want to provide funding to help support small businesses like yours. It's local governments like the city and county who support and uplift the cost that it takes to operate Kiva. And it's other local banking institutions. Recently, we just signed up Kiva. Kiva is going to be a supporter of the Kiva program this year and making sure that we have what we need to be able to operate and provide this program to you as small business entrepreneurs. And so it is all about community. It's about helping each other. And one of the things that is required on Kiva, though you don't need the collateral and though you don't need perfect credit or any of that, is that you invest in somebody else. So if you are using the Kiva platform to help raise dollars for yourself, they ask for you to invest in another business as well too that may be campaigning. The minimum investment on Kiva is $25 that you would need to invest in another business, just as those that are investing in you, their minimum investment is $25. Now, anybody can always invest more. So now I'm going to start talking about, I've hinted about investors, I've hinted about how they have to invest in you, I've hinted about how this is all about community, and we've talked about this is not a loan that Kiva actually provides, but it's a platform. So now we're really going to dig down into that so that you understand, what is this Kiva loan program? What is it really about? How do you utilize it? So that I can bring all those things I hinted about together. So Kiva is crowdfunding. So it is crowdfunding. You are reaching out to your friends, family, and community. You are talking about your business and you are asking them to support you financially, okay? It is not traditional crowdfunding in which they are making a donation and that you are providing them a product or a service that you're pledging to them for that donation. What it is that they are actually investing in you. So they are the investors. And so they are providing dollars that help you reach your loan approved goal. So if Kiva comes back and says you are approved for $3,000, they are also going to tell you how many personal investors, your social capitals, what we call them, that you need to rally to support your funding and in the what we call the private crowdfunding period. So they're looking for you to go out and get investors, not to give them anything, but other than the reward of investing in you and supporting your dream. Okay, so you will get investors, not those that are donating. You will not provide them any product or service. Their reward is the investment in you. There is no fees that are charged on Kiva. So just like there's no interest charge, there is no fees charged for using the platform, unlike traditional crowdfunding, which charges you a fee. Traditional crowdfunding asks that you set a goal, what you think you can raise. On Kiva, they actually set the goal for you. So that's a part of the underwriting. That's a part of them providing the loan, right? Is that they're actually just setting the loan amount for you and allowing you to use the platform to reach that loan goal by reaching out to your investors, providing you the tools that you need to be able to do so and the support. So they provide you what you are able to raise on the Kiva crowdfunding platform, keeping in mind that you can use the platform over and over again as you've repaid and paid off your loan. The success rate on traditional crowdfunding is only about 20%. And that's because you don't have any support to go with it, right? It's like, they say, here's the platform, pay us the fee and utilize the platform and, good luck to you. Well, on Kiva, that's not how it works. You have us as far as the Small Business Development Center. You have me as far as the Kiva Capital Access Manager. And you have the Kiva platform and all the tools that they give you to help you be successful. So the success rate on Kiva and you actually reaching the approved amount for funding is 95% versus that 20%. As the in traditional crowdfunding, as the facilitator of that crowdfunding platform, when you're raising dollars on there, 80% of those dollars are raised by you. On the Kiva platform, only 20 to 30% end up being raised by you. Now, that's not to say that you are not still talking about your business. You're not still posting information to your social media. You're not still asking friends and family and even customers to support you. It just means that your profile then on what we call public crowdfunding becomes live to the Kiva international platform. And so anybody, individual, small business, corporation, philanthropist, wants to support you, they have access to you and they can do so. And so that's why there's a smaller amount that you are actually raising on your own versus how the Kiva platform helps bring in that additional help for you and support. And so again, as I mentioned in crowdfunding, you really don't have that support in helping you in raising those dollars, those donations to reach your goal that you've set. But on Kiva, you do have support. So you have me as the Kiva Capital Access Manager to help you with editing your profile, as far as helping connect you to resources and helping to make sure that you are positioned and ready to start your campaign. As you move through the campaign process, there are different stages. And as you get to the, what we call the public crowdfunding stage, I actually put you on my personal LinkedIn. You go on our Ohio Sbdc website, Kiva page, you go on our Kiva Columbus website page as a current business that is campaigning and seeking support of their community. In addition to that, remember when we first started this conversation, I told you that the Sbdc is here to serve you. And so that is for as far as regards to one-on-one counseling, as well as additional training. And we are here to support you through the life of your business. So our work with you and assistance does not stop in helping you to get a Kiva loan if that's what you choose, but it is there to be able to serve you for whatever your needs are as you are operating your small business. The loan uses for Kiva, for the most part, are specifically for the use of business purposes, right? So to buy equipment, to upgrade a space, to hire an employee, for working capital. Working capital meaning just your day-to-day operation expenses of running your business. So it cannot be used for any type of personal use. It only can be used for business purposes. There are certain businesses that cannot participate on the Kiva platform. So of course, any illegal businesses that are not state or federally approved type of businesses, hemp production, marijuana dispensaries, non-FDA approved medical devices, none of those things can be under the Kiva platform and can be used on the platform to raise dollars for those businesses. Pyramid schemes is not allowable, as well as direct lenders like Mary Kay, Avon, business involving adult entertainment, pornography, lethal weapons, contract workers, and large corporations like Lyft and Uber, Airbnb, and DoorDash. Loans, again, primary for consumer use or business use, personal use, cannot use the platform to raise dollars, nor can the platform be used for tobacco-based businesses or purchasing stock or equity investments in another business, if in fact it does not pay for the entire business investment. So you may be looking at starting a small commercial cleaning company, and you're wanting to do a franchise, and the franchise fee is $10,000. That's fine. That's okay. But if the franchise fee is let's say $50,000, then the crowdfunding platform does not allow for enough funding to be able to cover that entire cost. And so in that case, it could not be used for that. The Kiva loan program eligibility. So there's not a lot as far as eligibility, but there are a few things. And that is one, that you do need to be 18 years old to be able to use the platform. It does have to be used specifically for business purposes. Your business does have to be within the United States. And it cannot be engaged in any of those business activities that we just reviewed. You cannot be in foreclosure or bankruptcy or under any lien. So now you can't actively and currently be involved in these things. You can have had these in the past. You can have a past foreclosure, a past bankruptcy. It can even be recently discharged. So that's, again, little different than when you're looking at traditional bank financing. If you have liens, they need to be on a payment plan. So you can have some liens, but they want to see that those are on a payment plan. In good faith, you're making arrangements to make sure that you're getting those things paid back. And you must be willing to demonstrate your social capital. So again, that social capital is your friends and family and others that are looking to invest in you and meeting that goal that they set for you as far as how many people that you would need to bring into the platform to help support you with that minimum of that $25 investment. There are certain tiers in the Kiva process of which you can qualify. Everything that is done on Kiva is done through PayPal. So you will set up a PayPal account if you've not already have one. Your investors will need to register on Kiva and also have a PayPal account to be able to provide you investment in your company. And then when you repay your loans, you will also pay those through PayPal. Just want to put that in there so I don't forget. But there are different categories of what funding in the Kiva loan program. And so if you are just really getting started, okay, you've not even registered your business name, you've thought, oh, shoot, I need a computer, I do need to register, I'd like to do some additional training along with getting started, then you are likely to fall within the $1,000 to $3,000 range of funding that they would approve you for. Let's say you have taken some steps in getting started. You've registered your business. You started creating some materials around your business. Maybe you got some business cards. You have started working on that website. You're going to fall within that $3,500 to $6,000 range. Okay, now you've registered, you've got your name, you've got your EIN, you've established yourself a business checking account, you've got your website up, maybe you've made some sales. Now you're in that $6,500 to $10,000 range. If you have previously participated in Kiva, it doesn't even matter if you've got 1,000 or 6,000. If you've participated in Kiva, successfully repaid your campaign and are looking for funding again, you're an established business, registered with the state, separate business checking account, start some sales, then you're likely to fall within that $15,000 range as far as what you would be able to be approved for on Kiva. Now, under each category, you're going to see this item that says private fundraising. So there, like I mentioned, there's different phases as you move through the Kiva platform that you will encounter. So one is, of course, the application phase. You're going on to the Kiva website, you're completing an application, and you are going through the underwriting process, receiving an approval as far as what you would be approved for, and they will make you an offer. So let's say we're going to use category one, 1,000 to 3,000. You've applied, you've got approved for 1,000. They're going to send you an email and say you were approved for 1,000, and they're going to then be asking for your social capital. So those are the investors that they're going to want you to have. So in this $1,000 category of approval, they may come back and say they want 5 lenders. Now, remember, the lenders are your friends and family that are willing to invest in you with a minimum investment of $25 through the PayPal account. Okay. So now you have a social capital requirement of 5 lenders. You have 15 days in your private fundraising period to get those 5 lenders. What I recommend with applicants coming through the process is that you get all those people lined up ahead of time. And you line up as many people as you can, their names, their phone numbers, make sure they got a PayPal, make sure they registered with Kiva, and they have committed to giving you at least that $25. So even if you need 5, you've got 10 people lined up, great. That just means you're going to flow through that process a whole lot faster. You have 15 days, but you can do it in 8 hours. I've seen people do it very, very quickly. I've seen them be completely funded in Kiva in less than 48 hours. So we're at 1,000. You're in the private fundraising period. You've got 15 days. You've got 5 people that you need to get signed up, giving you $25. All right. Once they provide that funding to you, then you move to the next phase. And that next phase is going to take you into what we call the public crowdfunding period. And we're going to get into that. but I want to make sure that you're starting to get an idea of the concept of the platform for Kiva. I'm going to pause for a moment. Is there any questions on Kiva, and you're kind of in that you're getting the gist of how this works? Do we have any questions around the Kiva platform as of yet? Okay. All right, great. Remember, you just take yourself off the mute and jump in there. So when we're looking at the stages of funding that are beyond the 3,000, at that point in time, Kiva is going to start requiring some documentation. And so if you're saying I am a business and I'm registered with the state, they're going to start looking for business verification, right? They want to make sure that you're registered with the state because that's what allows you to get that extra money. So it takes you from $3,000 and up to that $6,500 range. So business verification information may be your registration with the state of Ohio. It could be your tax identification number. It could be your vendor's license. It could be anything that references your business name and has your name on it as well, right? So that could be your business tax returns. Any of those types of things is acceptable business verification. And not to worry, if you have questions on that, you have me and we'll help walk you through that process. Other things in those categories that become relevant are the separation of business and personal expenses. And so if you've selected in your application process that, yes, in fact, you have taken steps, you've gotten your EIN, you've established yourself a business checking account, they're going to ask you for proof of that. So they're going to be looking for a business checking account statement or signature card from the bank showing that you've established that account. So for the most part, those are really the only two documents that you will be uploading on behalf of your business. Don't have that business plan at all. So those are really the two things that you'd be uploading as far as proof and to help you to help them determine what category of funding that you would fall into and then to be able to provide you an offer. So the Kiva borrower, is this right for you? And what steps do you take in participating and taking advantage of this Kiva crowdfunding platform? So there are numerous businesses that can be successful on the Kiva platform. It can be product-based businesses. It can be service-based businesses. It really doesn't matter. You can also be a nonprofit business. So it is available for-profit, of course, but then also nonprofit businesses, which nonprofit businesses have a challenge in receiving and obtaining funding often. So these are some examples of some businesses that have come through the Kiva platform here recently. So Aunt Vicky, she does the pies. We have the young gentleman that has the vending machines. We have a young lady up in the far right-hand corner that does catering. We have an event planner, and then we have a weather stripping company. So all these different businesses have come through the crowdfunding campaign and have been successful in obtaining the funding that they needed for their business. If you go to the SBDC website, which is sbdc.gov, and you look for the Kiva page, on that Kiva page, you will also see numerous other businesses that have been able to take advantage of the Kiva crowdfunding platform and be successful and obtain funding. So you can get an idea if maybe this is right for you. How I look at Kiva is not only is it a platform for you to be able to obtain funding for your business by engaging your friends and family, but it is also a great opportunity for you to market your business, okay? Because think about it, you are going to be all over your social media, reaching out to people, talking about your business, talking about your Kiva campaign. But in that process of asking for those to invest in you, you can be talking about your business. You can thank those that invested and tell them about a new product that you may be offering, talk to them about a sale. You can add videos to your Kiva profile that those that are looking at your profile can see. It is really a great way to leverage this platform, not only for funding, but for marketing to help you increase your customer base, which ultimately is going to bring in more revenue for you. You make sure you pay this loan back, right? So, but it does allow you to increase your capability of making your customer base larger and your revenue more. So this process, here we go. So I mentioned the application process. You can either go to Kiva Columbus, or you can go to kiva.org, or you can go to the Sbdc's website to our Kiva page. On all three of those, there are links of which you can start the application process. And during the application process, you are filling out, it's approximately, let's say 2 pages of information. A lot of it is narrative, in that you're just talking about who you are, okay? Why you got into the business that you want to start, or that you are currently in. Why is it your passion, or is it your experience and you work for somebody else and you was like, I can do this for myself? Whatever that story is, it provides you the opportunity to tell that story. It allows you then an opportunity to talk about the business. So what is the service or the product that you are going to offer or are offering? Why are you different? Why should somebody invest in you? And how will you use the money that you're asking for to better improve the products or services that you're offering, to grow your business, start your business, or reduce the debt that you have going out and help to increase your cash flow of your business? Gives you an opportunity to talk about all that. It's not long. It takes you about 30 minutes to an hour to complete. It asks you some general questions about your personal finances, your business finances. And then the biggest thing about all of it is that you have to create and upload this profile picture of you. Now, I'm going to go over this a couple more times as we go through this presentation, but this profile picture of you has to be horizontal view, has to be of you smiling and your business being represented behind you. That's the only way that it can be. Anything other than that, I'm going to kick it back to you, right? So you smiling, business represented behind you. So start working on your profile pictures now. All right, 30 minutes to an hour to complete the application. It comes to me. I review it. I give you feedback. We agree that it looks good. I submit it to underwriting. Once it goes to underwriting, it's about 3 or 4 days. They review it. They come back. They submit to you an offer. That offer comes to you through an email. That email is going to tell you what amount you're able to campaign for on the platform. It tells you how many people you need as far as social capital. It tells you the timelines of which you have to meet those goals. It provides you some training materials and provides you a link to your profile that you can use in all of your marketing. So you're able to post that to all your social media, send that in an email, put that on your LinkedIn, Facebook, whatever. So that whole process from application to underwriting to providing you an approval takes about, let's say, a week, max 2 weeks, okay? Once you sign off on everything, so yes, I'm ready to get started, you start. The campaign fundraising period is a total of 45 days. 15 days to get your social capital. So using that example that we talked about, $1,000 you were approved for, you needed 5 people to invest in you, your social capital, you got 15 days to get them. Once you reach that goal, be it in the 15 days or day 1, then you automatically move to the public crowdfunding period. That is when your profile that you created with your picture, you smiling, horizontal view, representing your business behind you, becomes live on the Kiva platform. That means everyone that's involved and engaged in Kiva will be able to see your business and your ask. And then you are still continuing to market, continuing to post to your social media platforms, but now it's on Kiva. So Kiva is now supporting and uplifting you so people can see you. I am now supporting and uplifting you on my LinkedIn. You are on the Sbdc's website as well as the Kiva Columbus website. So you have all this exposure to be able to get the additional funders, investors needed to reach your goal. The whole time takes 45 days. You can do it in whatever time period that you are successful. So it can, I've had it happen in 48 hours to 72 hours with not a problem. After you have reached your goal, then your file is audited. Now, what is looked at in the audit, and it normally takes 2 to 3 days, is that Kiva wants to make sure that you have not invested in yourself. So unlike other financing, where they ask you to put some sweat into it, right? Some sweat equity, or they want to see you have an owner's investment. They want to see you put some money into it, right? Some money injected into what you're asking. You don't have to do that with Kiva. And in fact, if you do, your campaign will be rejected. All monies will be returned to those that have invested in you, and you won't be able to do your campaign on Kiva. Kiva is all about social capital. It's all about those people that believe in you. So they are looking for their support, not yours. And the only thing that they ask for you to do is, like I mentioned very earlier on in the presentation, is that you invest in somebody else. That's the only thing you can do. You cannot invest in yourself. So you go through the audit, they see you've not invested in yourself, and then they release the funds to you in your PayPal account that you've designated in your application. And now you use those funds to do whatever you need to do in your business. 30 days later, you will start your repayment period. So there is no extended period of time before you have to start repayment. That's why you got to be very aware of what that payment is and how that's going to fit into your budget. After the funds are released to you, now you start the repayment period, which can be anywhere from 12 to 36 months. So that's the process, right? That's how we work through it. So let's look at the application and what that looks like. Should I pause? Do we have any questions? If you have a question, take yourself off mute and ask your question, please.
Doing good right now, Ellen.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thanks for the feedback. Appreciate it. So here is the application process. During the application process, again, as I mentioned, you're going to have this narrative that you create that talks about who you are, why you started this business, or why you're wanting to start this business.
How long is a long process to take to get an answer?
Say it again.
I think he said, how long does it take to get an answer?
So once your application is submitted, it takes about 2 to 3 days to get an answer. And then that is sent to you via email. And when you get that message that you've been approved, I will get it as well. Good question. So you're going through the application process, you're completing information about you, your business, how much money you want, how that money is going to be used. You had another question?
He said, thank you.
Oh, yeah, no problem. How that money is going to be used. You're going to upload your supporting documentation. If you are in fact registered business, you're going to upload that information. If in fact you have separated your business and personal finances, and you got a bank account, you're going to upload that information. And then of course, you're going to upload your beautiful profile picture of you smiling, business represented behind you in the scene. And so that's it. You're done. You've answered a couple questions about your personal finances, your business finances. You click submit, it comes to me. I review it. I give you feedback, we make changes, and then we agree that yes, it's good to go. I click a button, I submit it to underwriting. 2 to 3 days, the underwriter comes back and says, yep, we're fine, sends out an approval, tells you how many people you need in social capital, you accept, you're on your way, you start campaigning, right? So then you enter into that private fundraising period. Again, that's that 15 days after you've accepted your approval. So in this slide here, we have Ralston, who is the food sermon, great name, who has been approved on Kiva, and the profile looks just like this, for $10,000. And he has a goal of 20 lenders that he has to invest in him to be able to move on to the public crowdfunding platform. So Ralston, before he even started his application, started reaching out to friends and family and said, hey, I need some help. Y'all been eating my food for years. I'm going to need you to invest. You're going to have to pay for that meal I've been giving you. $25 is all I need from you. So he needed 20 lenders. He's got 18 right away. He's got 2 days left to reach the other 2 people to have them invest in him. As you're going through the process, you will have this monitor there that will show you where you're at as far as lenders, how many days that you have left, counting down for you. I'll see this as well. So I'll be on you to make sure that you are reaching your goal. It also tells you not only how many lenders that you are at and that you need and how many days you have left, but it also tells you how much funds you've raised as well. So in his example, we see that he has raised $550 of the $10,000 that he needs to get to be able to reach his approved loan goal. Don't be intimidated. $25 is not a lot of money, right, that you're asking from people. So it's going to take several people for you to reach a $10,000 goal. But that's why you can also tell individuals that yes, the minimum is 25, but give what you feel, right? Give what you feel, give what is your ability to give to help you in your campaign. If you can get to 25% of the approved goal in just your private crowdfunding period with your investors, that's great. But if not, still don't be worried because it's going to go live on the Kiva public crowdfunding platform, of which there's going to be numerous people that are going to be able to see you, right? So he reaches his goal in 15 days. It goes live on the public crowdfunding platform. And at that point in time, he has another 30 days of which he's going to be able to reach out, still campaigning, talking about his business, highlighting his food, inviting people over. Hey, have a meal, sign up for PayPal, go ahead and invest in me. Whatever he wants to do to be successful. And so he has 30 days to do it, right? So again, you're going to see the meter here ticking as he's 37% funded. He still has 24 days left to meet his goal of the 10,000. He's right now at this point got 60 lenders that have invested in him. So you've got all these people that are rallying and supporting you, as you will see on the Kiva platform. And those people are customers too, right? So again, that's why I'm telling you, leverage this for marketing as well. So he reaches his goal. He's 100% funded, which means that he has met his goal of 10,000. Excuse me, he's been powered by 132 lenders. So those are people, corporations, organizations that have invested in him. And so now we see that his loan is funded, and now he has that money will be, his campaign will be evaluated 2 to 3 days. He goes through the audit. He's not invested in his company. He's invested in somebody else. That money then goes to him in his PayPal account, that $10,000. 30 days later, he starts making his payments over the 36-month period of time, $277.77. And every time he makes that payment, money is going back to those investors that have invested in him. So here we have Gail Morningside Play Care, and she also received $10,000. She's in her repayment process. And when you go and look at your Kiva profile, and you're looking at the status of your loan after you've received it and you started repaying, this is what it now will look like. So as you're repaying, you'll see it counting down. You're at 19% repayment. That means the people that have invested in you are starting to get some of their money back. And by the time that you get to the end of the term, the end of the 36 months, they all will have been repaid. And that's ultimately the goal, right? We don't want our friends and family and community to be left out there because they've invested in us because we weren't able to repay them. So it is not a grant. It is not a gift. It is not a donation. It is a loan, but it's a loan by those people that believe in you, and that you should be dedicated and make sure that they are repaid. Otherwise, I got to call you. You don't want me to call you, right? Because we know that you are going to be successful. All right. So that is the process. That is Kiva, crowdfunding platform that allows you to engage friends, family, community to invest in you. It gives you the tools in which to do that, a platform to make it happen, a profile to be able to use for marketing, some training materials to help you as far as being successful in your marketing campaign on Kiva, a platform to be able to repay that loan and debt back to your, investors, and a team of support through the Sbdc to provide you ongoing one-on-one assistance and counseling and training. And so things that you need to know to be successful on the Kiva platform, beyond just understanding what it is and knowing that we're here as a resource and we are the hub for Kiva, is knowing and having some familiarity with certain technology. And if you do not have that, then engage somebody who does. But you need to be able to navigate, of course, your email, your social media platforms, your PayPal, and Kiva's online platform. None that are that challenging, but if it's not something that you're used to doing, you want to make sure that you have somebody in place to help you with that. That you utilize the money that you're receiving to help decrease expenses, which then increases profitability, and then leveraging those dollars to really help you push or launch your business and move it forward. You've got to have a great profile picture. So take some time to invest in creating that photo, because that is the first thing somebody sees when they're looking at investing in you. And if you've got a profile picture up there growling, they're not going to want to give you any money. Well, of course, I'm not going to let that be okay, but they're still not going to want to give you any money, right? So you got to bring forth the best, right? So it's got to be a good morning. You've had your coffee. You've taken a great picture. Have that network of those that are willing to support you already in place before you even start the application process. Their names, their emails, identified how much they might even want to pledge as far as support. So you are ready to go right from the beginning. And then just understand that though Kiva does not require a business plan and some of those other things that are necessary for funding at the next level, step 2 of that financial ladder, it is a building block for you. So not only use it for building of just getting the access to capital that you need, but take the time once you have that to go back and put some of those other things in place. Because a business plan is important, not so much because it's a business plan, right? It's a business plan, you should have a business plan, but because it is a plan. It is a plan tied to some actions, tied to some timelines that allows you to advance and move forward. It is a point of reference for you as you get started, as you grow, and as you want to make changes and modification of your business. So a business plan is something that you definitely want to still do. It allows you time to work on credit. It allows you time to start building up assets. So use it for what it is, not only a platform to access capital, a platform to do marketing, but a platform to buy you time to do some of the other things that you need to do as you're still preparing but want to get started. As the Sbdc, as your Kiva Capital Access Manager, we're here to help you in any way that we can with your profile photo, with your narrative, with helping you to engage with the social media, to helping you connect with community, and continuing to provide you ongoing technical assistance. The Sbdc Kiva page can be found at this link. This is a lot to write down. So if you just Google search Sbdc Columbus, we'll come up, click on that link, you'll go to the Kiva page, the Kiva tab. On there, we will highlight you if you are currently in public campaigning, and it shows your profile. Anyone can click on that and get to you and be able to invest in you. You also have Kiva Columbus, which has its own dedicated website. So you can also apply there. And again, you can just do a search for Kiva Columbus, will pop up. Otherwise, take the time to write down that link. And then we are the Ohio Small Business Development Center at Columbus State Community College. And we are here to assist you beyond Kiva with any of your financing needs, with any of your marketing needs, launching, starting, growing your business, whatever you need. You can connect with us via our website and our email address, or give us a call. We are still operating remotely as of right now. However, that has not stopped us from providing services and counseling to you. So still feel free to reach out and engage with us. So thank you for listening to me and taking time to learn about Kiva today. Here's some additional information that you can use to access Kiva. And I will open it up to questions. Any questions?
Ellen, this is Rhonda. You did a wonderful job, and thank you for sharing this process with us. Again, you did a really wonderful job, so thank you.
Thank you.
I've recorded this session, so I will put it on the OBDC website. I will send everyone the link to it so that you still have this valuable information that was shared by Ellen.
Okay. Well, if there are no other questions, Rhonda will turn it back over to you. Okay, your host. So we're good. We're in good shape. So thank you all for joining me, and you have our contact information. Feel free to reach out to us for whatever your needs are.
Thank you.
And thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.